Ushtave. Well, it's been a while since I've had a video up here, but I thought I would start again because there's been some things on my mind about the current times, how technology has been changing everything about the way we live, how times are very chaotic. We are living in some dark times right now. And what I foresee happening, and how through Spaint and Menu we could become more Asha compatible and get through these times and create a better world. Now, these are just my opinions. Other Zoroastrians may see things differently than I do. You put 10 of us in a room together and none of us are going to agree. That's just kind of how it is. So, about the technology that we have right now. Well, right now we live in a day and age where you can't even rely on video as evidence anymore, because now you could actually imitate other people. Like there's this image of me right here, but there's technology available to the common person if you get the right app or certain things like that, where I could be speaking, but you're seeing like Barack Obama or Donald Trump or Robert De Niro or, some other image that I could impose and even use that person's voice. So nowadays, even recordings are not reliable. So this brings humanity into a dilemma. That nowadays a video recording or a voice recording is not reliable evidence. Wow. And we are living in very hectic times, very fast changing times. People cling on to ideologies, whether it's QAnon or Alex Jones, or whether it's fundamentalist Islam or fundamentalist Christianity or Zionism, and they cling on to these ideologies because they offer something that is not Asha compatible. And that thing that's not Asha compatible is certainty. Because if there's one thing we learn from Asha, it's that nothing is certain. Asha, that is that which is. That is the definition of Asha. So, what's the next step? We can't even rely on video as evidence. If someone commits a crime or whatever, we can't rely on even voice recordings. Who do we turn to? Do we turn to the communists or the libertarians, the fascists, or or the anarchist or whatever? Who knows what's going on? Is it the Buddhists who know what's going on? Is it the Christians? The Zoroastrians? and in truth by Sancta Manu, the progressive mentality, which is the definition of good in Zoroastrianism. With our critical thinking minds, in all honesty, nobody knows what's going on. And the sooner humanity is brave enough to face the reality of uncertainty, the reality of random chance, then that second, through all the confusion, when humanity as a collective sits there in front of their computer screens and says, oh my gosh, I don't know what is going on, then we will have taken our greatest step towards building the dominion of Ahura Mazda, towards building an ideal world which is run by consciousness and through facts. The ideal leader would not run this country like a business, but the ideal leaders would run this country, or would run their state, or maybe the state will diminish someday, who knows, and we'll have something else to replace it. But let's say the ideal leader is going to lead using the scientific method, where, okay, let's try this out, and let's see if it works for the betterment, for the happiness of the people. Since we acknowledge that things are uncertain anyway, let's test it out. Oh, it's not helping the people. Okay, we're going to admit we're wrong here, and we're just going to scratch this off. People would actually award this leader for admitting they're wrong, rather than calling them a flip-flop. And we would have a society that is a constant progression to happiness and to truth, to Ushta. Ushta, which is a happiness where happiness and clarity go hand in hand.